Hi, I'm Michael Polozola with the LSU Ag Center Extension Fruit and Nut Specialist, and on this Part 4 training video we're going to talk about some end-of-year training that you're going to do as it's cooling off and the plants slow down, and also the importance of pruning at the right time, because if you don't, they won't grow quite as well. So this plant here is one that I intentionally saved to prune later for videos and demonstration. It was about towards the end of July, while the others I did towards the beginning of July. And that 4 to 3 week period made a huge difference and a significant reduction in the canopy. Now, because I was doing it for videos, I could justify that, but if you're doing this for fruit production and wanting to get the most out of your blackberry vines, it's important to get the timing right. Now, when I did do it in early July, the plants were still making a little bit of fruit, but you need to make that sacrifice and go ahead and prune them back and start training, because when you don't, what happened is this one early in the season put out a bunch of shoots, and then once I finally did start to train, it didn't have as much energy to put out where I wanted it to. So this one's actually going into, because I did it at the wrong time, has 50% or so less canopy than it did last year. So this is another vine that I pruned later than some of the others. Now this particular variety is much more vigorous and it is filled out really nice. But the next shot we're going to go to, we're going to be able to compare, because even though this filled out, there's a noticeable lack of spurs that we'll see on the one that was pruned at the right time, was able to develop better. So here's one that was done at the proper time, and the spurs are very thick here, have multiple ones. I have had to come through and prune them, or they would grow further out and not be as desirable, because then it would crowd out and make it harder to pick. But all these spurs are going to be more fruiting sites, and this is what I want to see late in the season for this type of pruning technique.